you have your question ready. And do me a favor if I hand you the microphone, hold the logo so we don't get feedback. All right, y'all? Hold the logo. All right. You ready? Well, say hi.
Hi!
What does hold the logo mean?
On the microphone.
Hold the, okay.
Yes. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Don't hold the logo, Jack.
Okay, show the logo. Express the logo. You guys know about this logo? You guys seen this logo?
Yeah, share it.
Everybody, this is the logo on our mics. I believe it's something to do with the circus. Remember the days of the circus? Those were the good old days. I've been listening to a lot of Flight of the Gladiators. Anybody know that great song? Entrance of the Gladiators? It's a circus song, classic circus song, you guys already know. One for actors and inform people to know. Anyway, moving right along, Jeremy.
Hi, guys. I don't know what any of that was.
Are we supposed to we're supposed to be entertaining right now?
Well, if you want to say a few words, otherwise we can get right
You
into
can say
the
that,
question.
Jeremy, you want to get sentimental and I'll cover you up by being funny or something?
Well, it's really great to be here. I don't know who was at the Smoky Mountain Horror Fest, but this is pretty insane. So this is huge. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I'm very blessed and grateful to be in front of all you beautiful freaks. I love y'all very much. I love doing these things, and it's always a pleasure. Forever feeling. I love y'all. So, thank you for having me.
If anybody has questions, you put your hand up, we'll come to you, make our way around, and you can direct it.
Wizard. Always take a question from a wizard like this. This is always, yes, and can you see that?
I've got my hand on the logo, right?
No, show the logo! Oh, I forgot to
Hold the logo.
Oh, yeah, hold the logo.
Now, I understand this is a different film, but did either of you ever see the 1990 miniseries of it with Tim Curry as Pennywise?
Did you? I did. I did.
Did
Yeah.
you watch it before we filmed?
You didn't because you were boycotting scary movies at the time.
Yeah, I didn't watch it before, but I watched it during. I knew a lot about it, obviously, like before, but I only watched it like the full length of it after the premiere, the first one, which I feel really bad about actually. But,
You read the book, Jeremy?
I've not read the book. I was like 12 when it came out, and that's it's like bigger than the Bible, and
Yeah.
so.
All the Bibles. All of everybody's Bibles combined, I think it is biggest. I think Stephen King might have wrote the amount of pages that there are in the Bible, plus maybe 400 more thousand. The guy that writes After People's a big book too. Everybody learn about that? Fucking learn about that. Anyway, I did see that show. I mean the miniseries, and it was like a dream. It's like a dreamy. It's very dreamy. Less like horror movie and more dreamy. And then I was recently going on this deep dive and looking at the director of that. Do you remember his name? Sam Ray Bush or something? That's definitely not his name. But it's that's a good wizard name. You should write that down. Wizard name or something like that. He doesn't really do that much. I think he did like the Halloween 2 or something. Which I don't know if that's the best one or the good one. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now, thank you.
Were there any parts of the movie that actually scared you guys when you were filming?
Sure.
So it's not the filming of it that's as scary as it feels like it should be, but it's like exploring the sets alone and stuff like that. So like when we were in like the sound stages and there's sewers filled with actual water and all that stuff, and the lights were all turned off and stuff like that, because they don't really have like normal lights. That's all like ripped lighting and stuff like that. So when you're like exploring the sets and stuff like that, yeah, it's pretty terrifying. And then we had the interior of an evil house.
Yeah, that was
Like a real
house.
abandoned mansion. Yeah.
And they're apparently haunted too. Finn said that he saw, he's like, bro, I thought, we messed with each other a lot, and I don't know what was big, but we also have the imagination, all of our imaginations were pretty bit large. And we'd be like, Finn came back, he's like, yo, I swear to God, dog, I literally just heard there was like a guy in my ear who was like, had like bubbles, and he was like underwater. And I was like, what? Oh, I believe it. Wait, yeah, I'm into it too. They were spooky. A lot of the imagination that we had was what got us, I think, was like walking, but also it was also wondrous and wonderful walking around those sets. And so magical. Like it was really like the life imitating art sort of thing, I think. But also that was just the best summer I've ever had in my life. And all of those memories I cherish so much. And I will never be in another movie like it, I think. Because I just love nothing like it. there was a rat man who put those
There
in?
was a rat wrangler,
Rat wrangler.
something like that. But yeah, he
That's
had,
a great title to have on a business card.
Yeah, right. Remember the rat wrangler? But yeah, so I guess he just kind of placed them where he wanted them.
It's cool that he stayed.
So they were trained. It was really cool.
That's yeah.
Got a question over on this side here. Stage.
Has there been anybody you guys worked with that you came over
Oh.
that was like your dream person to work with?
Want to answer for each other? 1, 2, 3. Wait.
Jack
Dylan
Dylan Grazer.
Wilson.
That's a good one actually. Yeah, Brett Wilson was awesome. Jack Black was always like my hero growing up. And so like I didn't work with him like a lot on that film, but like that last week of filming was like obviously surreal because he's literally like what got me in acting, like what made me love it so much. So
That's so good. I worked with Steve Carell when I was a young and little one, and that I cry. I don't usually cry. I'm a really tough guy. You get to know me. Really tough, really hyper-masculine. And I got found out that I got a part, and I was with my mama, and I was like, oh my god, my dreams are coming true. And that's I still wake up feeling like that most days. That my dreams are coming true. So I'm super blessed. It's ridiculous. Wow. But and I remember there was a scene where I was sitting in the car with him, and I said, something I'm really embarrassing to say is, I had a list of actors that I wanted to work with in my lifetime, like my whole life, and you're number one on that list. Like number one I had to work with. It's crazy that I've worked with you so quickly in my career. Anyway, let's do the scene, be professional at. And yeah, he's very, 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 very freaking nice. We both play mouth instruments or woodwinds. I play the flute, he plays the fife, which is dope.
that's awesome.
He plays the fife. Yeah.
I think also it's weird because like we're just normal people, and it's like really hard for everyone to understand that, and then we also can't understand that about other actors, and so we're like fangirling over them, and we just realize they're also just normal people like we are. So
But doing actually conventions helps me with like being starstruck because I'll meet somebody that I really, really like, and I maybe will later in the competition be like, oh, by the way, loved you as Superman or something, And it's just, but it's natural, because we're all like heroes in the same thing, and that's really cool.
Next question.
Superman.
All right, so the rumor has always been, or we've heard that when Bill Skarsgard came out for the first time in his makeup, that was the first time you'd seen him in that character, and it really freaked you guys out. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Jack actually had the first experience, so go ahead, buddy.
Well, actually, I answered this question one time. I want to see how you answer this question.
But you actually were the first person to actually see
Oh,
him.
so this I just want to make sure the story is consistent throughout all of us. Yes, I did. I was the first one to. I was gonna make an inappropriate joke. I'm not gonna make an inappropriate joke. There's children in the audience, right? I was in the kitchen in the scene where he comes out of the refrigerator like a contortionist, and my arms all bent up out of shape. And it was the coolest thing because he was under a veil or like an umbrella, and my hat, and a cloak like Nosferatu throughout every day. I've ever seen him. Also, but the world knew what he looked like before we did. But the radio was like, do not look this up. Do not look it up. It's been a while.
Well, it's different in pictures than in
Yeah,
person.
but then yes, exactly. But then in person, I guess all my buddies were in the green room looking at the monitor, and I got to see. And I think it was on Pennywise's coverage first, or over my shoulder or something. So we all got to see. And it was riveting. It was so riveting, and I kind of almost was like less scared than I was just excited and teeming with sporadic zip about this. Super stoked because I was, oh my god, it's really cool. Look, no, this movie's gonna be badass.
Yeah, I mean, every time we were in like a makeup trailer, they'd be like, wait, and they'd like shut the doors and they'd take
Really?
everything down. Yeah,
They
it was
kept him
crazy.
undercover.
Yeah, and they had like vans, like the vans that transport him were like completely tinted out and everything like that. So like we literally never got to see him. We really didn't even get to like interact with him very much at all because they didn't want us to like be friends with him. Awesome guy, we're friends with him now.
Yeah.
But like at the beginning, it was like keep them apart as much as possible because if we have too good of chemistry, then we'll have too good of chemistry on screen.
But
yeah,
towards the end, he would be sitting out. Yeah, of course, but they wanted to like, the shock on our faces. I think also Andy wanted to do that with the hobo or the leper too. The leper that when I turn around or I look up from the pill, that was the first time I'd seen the Crody's franky face.
Was it the first time you saw it?
Yes.
Oh, that's
And because he was also doing that under the veil or whatever sort of thing. Yeah. Did they have a head on the headless boy before then when they weren't gonna say when they said action they took his head off?
Yeah, so they actually took the kid's head off for real. So He's a really good looking dude. He's a dancer because they added
Oh, they had to do the
movements.
Good looking dancer boy.
Yes, Carter Musselman, I think was his name. Good looking guy actually.
No, wait, Carter Muscle Man?
Pretty sure. Unless it's M-U-S-S-E-L-M-A-N.
That's so
Muscle.
bad.
I'm used to it. But anyway, yes, we did not get to see him until we were actually filming. Except for the fact that I got to see him whenever you were filming because you had the first scene.
But also, I think y'all also all poured in that day, in that scene, right? To rescue me.
True.
Yes. We saw the video.
You got a question, dude?
What's your favorite thing that you guys have worked on?
Wow. No, like you said, I mean, it was like the best summer ever. We're all lifelong friends still, like we're always in contact. So I mean, yeah, it was definitely one of my favorite things I've ever worked on. There's obviously movies that I worked on that are awesome, but I just don't think that would be the top, unfortunately.
No, I've been so spoiled. It's unbelievable. The crazy thing about it is honestly, well, I don't know. We had a lot of gratitude. I think a big thing about our friendship is we're quite analytical of our friendship as friends, which is an interesting thing. We're always reflecting and being like, oh yes, we were friends then, or like we did all this stuff. It's very interesting, and it also, I don't know if we would be as close as we are if not for the help of Benjamin Perkins, who is our actor.
Shout out to him for
Shout out to him. Put us in a lot of awesome situations and like got us crying over each other before we really even knew each other. We did all these bonding exercises and stuff. And then we just like immediately clicked. We were together 24/7 all the time while we were shooting for however many months, 3 months, felt like a lifetime. And then here we are in the lifetime, and it's amazing. We love each other every day.
It was all our first thing, and so we were teaching. I mean, everything we know now is like from that one project, and
Yeah.
we were helping each other because none of us knew what was going on except for Jaden. He was still like, he was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, like we were all learning together, and like we were finding out that experience together. So I mean, yeah, it was awesome.
Yes.
Got a question over here?
Hi. Did you guys get to meet with and work with the actors who played the adult versions of your characters in part 2?
Jeremy?
Go for it.
Okay. We did a cool, funny thing. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. So we did a thing. I don't know who's familiar with the speed dating format. I'm, for one, super duper friggin' familiar with it. It's like, wow, I spend most of my weekends in real life. Speed dating. That's how these actors gotta survive for a week, baby. That's breath to us. Just speed, vapid, superficiality. Anyway, and so basically, we did like a speed dating thing with all the other adult counterparts. Got to talk to James Ransom, who did what's on, Justin, just Macapolo, all those guys, and Sylvester. What's her name? Jessica Chastain. And and your guy, which was named no, what's his name?
Jay Ryan.
Jay Ryan.
No, we had like a speed dating thing, and we got to sit down with like 5 minutes each character.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was super cool. They're all really awesome people, and they were super humble about the whole thing, even though they're all massive actors. So yeah, that was really cool.
Andy Beam was there too, I think.
Yes.
He played Wyatt. He was scary. Stan.
Only for like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's in the
Yes.
Any other questions? Oh, right.
After reading the script initially, what was your deciding factor? Both of you decided to do the movie?
That I was a 12-year-old little man who needed to get a job out in the real world.
That's so fair, yeah.
I just thought I didn't. It wasn't like I got an offer. I was like, no, this is not my caliber. I do more handpicked indies at this point. Girl boss, come on, maybe Stephen King. Had to. Plus, yeah, but also, do you know what's crazy? I didn't really think any of us understood the veracity of the power that it had over the Stephen King fan base collective. Holy smokes and ladders. We didn't know until after, I think, is when we were like, oh.
Well, we're all nervous about it too.
Also making it, yes.
Right.
That's what
Whenever you're talking about they dropped the first picture of Pennywise, everybody kind of hated it, to be honest. And then everybody was kind of like, don't make the second one. Like, no, it's not broken, don't fix it, blah, blah, blah. So it was very nerve-wracking to do actually, because it already had such an amazing cult following, and when you have that to live up to, that's terrifying, especially as 12-year-olds. And so yeah, I don't think it was more of like a, we got the offer and we were like, let me sit on this for a minute. It's like, yeah, absolutely we'll do it. But no, we definitely did not understand that it was going to be as big as it was, because it wasn't supposed to be as big as it was, and people ended up loving it.
Yeah, I wasn't present at all while making that movie. I was like, we were just like, I mean, sure. I think I left that movie, and this is kind of how I've been leaving every movie nowadays. But I'm like, was I friggin' thinking about like my intention as an actor? Was I like thinking about the movie? No, I was like having the best summer of my life at like a summer camp, like an acting school summer camp where we're also getting chased by a killer clown, and with my best friends. That's what it was like, and like playing in the summer and in the forest and in the pool and all that stuff. It's just like childhood. So some people, like, would be in an interview or whatever, and some people would be like, child actors, they kind of arrived at your childhood? Well, no, some of them, sure, but for one, my experience, my journey was like, my childhood was huge on the set of it, and because we were allowed to play, and we were just playing pretend all day long, and that's what we all love. And still.
Amen.
Amen.
Ditto.
Any other questions? Okay.
I know this was all work to you guys and stuff, but you personally horror movie fans, is there any of them that you stick out to you?
I think Beetlejuice is a good movie. I like the Beetlejuice shirt, and Beetlejuice is a really good movie. Jimmy loves horror.
At the beginning, I was terrified of horror, which I get a lot of hate for, but I didn't watch the original It. I didn't do any of that stuff. Like, I was terrified of it all. I told everybody I wasn't going to go watch it whenever it was finished.
Yeah, you can say that.
That's contractual, which it was contractual. So I went to the premiere, and that was sort of fun. Yeah, literally, and I ended up loving it. And I think it opened up like a new love for the genre for sure. But no, at the beginning, dude, I was terrified. I literally had to have a TV taken out of my room because I was afraid that something was going to come out of it when I was a child. I would see like engravings on my closet door and be terrified of that. And then yeah, dude, I had an awful imagination. Yeah.
Like real ones or hallucinations?
Like total hallucinations. Yeah. Me just being like,
Wow.
if you stare at something long enough,
Oh sure.
it's gonna scare you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I used to hallucinate as a kid too. I was just eating snails and mushrooms and stuff.
Well, that's different, I think. But yeah, no, I was terrified of horror. But no, yeah, I love it for sure. Someone's seen Long Legs though.
Oh, you saw Long Legs. Man,
Is it good? Like, should I?
Messed me up for the day.
Is that worth the not sleep?
That's right. It's quite satanic, and I can't. That stuff kind of gives me.
Yeah.
I gotta pray big time afterward for that about that. Be like, okay, I'm chilling, I'm like coasting out, I'm fine. But while I'm watching it, I'm like, should I just get paired now? Should I hold my hand? But it was a good movie. Long Legs was. Cinematic, it was cool. Wyatt didn't like it. Wyatt doesn't like really much.
Yeah.
I liked it. My favorite movie is The Exorcist, considering. But that's just a good movie because it scared me really hard when I was younger. The Exorcist. And they're making a new one. And that looks kind of cool. I don't know if I'll see it. We'll see.
Are y'all excited for the prequel series for It that's coming out next year?
I'm pumped for it. I wish we could be involved somehow, but dude, I think it's gonna be awesome. I mean, if Annie's involved.
Hey, don't spoil it. Maybe we are involved somehow. We're not.
Unless you got an email, I didn't.
I want to think I'm cooler than Pam.
Yes, we're totally gonna be in it. It's gonna be great. It's just about our lives without the clown. No, I actually don't know what it's about.
It's about the origin of Bob Gray, about like how Pennywise became Pennywise,
Right.
or how he became It, how he became the conduit that It moves through.
Right.
Crazy.
But
Do
yeah.
you still know? Do you still kind of not really? This is a bad question to ask you. Do you know what it's about? Like how, what it is?
Like the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You do? Like he's just a big destroyer of world, eater of worlds.
Yeah, the turtle versus the Pennywise, and yeah.
You understand all that?
I think so. Is that out there, or is that like
Yeah,
something
that's
that's
the
not?
lore from the book and everything.
Okay.
This guy probably knows. One of these. This guy. That guy. He's also a wizard. He knows everything. Good.
Next question.
Over here.
Uh-oh.
Give us a really hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and stump us.
Is that a South Park suit? I didn't even realize, dude. I was like, nice suit. Now I realize what it is. It's even better.
Christmas tree of South Park.
Okay, so was there any funny moments on set?
No.
No funny moments. Surely there's some.
I hated every single
The funny moments were mostly sad moments and in retrospect potentially funny.
No. We had a lot of funny moments. I think it was all.
It's all funny moments. We're getting yelled at every day. I got in trouble often, as I do in general all the time. And I was, there was a first AD named Rich, who's great. I honestly have respect for him. He's a great first AD. First AD's got to be this guy. He unfortunately had to be this guy. But at the end of the day, he would give us scores. Jeremy usually got A pluses because he's a perfect little guy. And me and Finn would get like D's or C minuses, sometimes an F. I remember one time I got an F after the day, and I was like,
Because they just run away. He's like, where's Jack? We're trying to
I would
film.
disappear and couldn't center or focus up before her. Man, I know.
But yes, no, it was okay. We
it was
did
fun.
practice each other all the time and stuff like that.
We could try one error movie to practice one up. No pressure.
But no, like, it was seriously like some of our lives. I think it was all incredible. And a lot of the scenes we filmed were. Did you guys ever really break character? I feel like you guys stayed in character very well. I laughed at everything.
But also, I don't even know if that was breaking. I don't even know if I was doing character that much. I was just like doing as much as I do in general. Like, we could go into a character thing right now, and they would be the same thing as what I was doing.
Acting is effort. This is like such an easy job for him.
No, yeah, but also to do Eddie was like, I don't really know if I had to do that. I mean, there was a scene when I had to cry, and I was like, do I gotta look in the sun for a long time? Do I poke my fingers in my eyes? I didn't know what I was doing back then. And Ben, bless his heart, was like, you know, Jack, you're worthless. You're never gonna be a great actor. You're always gonna be a rotten little scoundrel. And he was trying to make me cry, and I was like, this is mean. I'm not gonna cry for this. I'm gonna punch you Lily. But no, we were just, I don't know. We were just playing pretend. But I don't even know if this thing was acting.
I hope we're actually answering these questions. Going off on tangents and totally not answering anything.
Yeah, my eyes are burning.
Got another one over here.
What was the grossest thing they ever put on you when you were in the movie?
It's not rockets and syrup. Well, I got a lot of Bill Skarsgard spit on me, but yeah, it wasn't that gross, I'll be honest with you. Not a big, I mean, it feels good to be one of the select few to have had the Skarsgard saliva on my body and snout. I had it all over me, you know. Andy was requesting heavy amounts, copies of amounts of saliva on my body. He's like, more spit, Daddy, spit, I want to see the spit string. He's got like a thing for spit, like Quentin Tarantino's like thing for the beat.
Not like that.
No, not like that. Not like that at all. No, nothing like that at all. Totally big joke. I'm saying this to a low stakes crowd. Not that you guys are low stakes people, but it's the sizes. Anyway, question and answer will be, my answer will be this. It will be that the gross thing was vomitus on my, they had paint on my body. It was like ham and oatmeal and green and gross and cold in the morning at 6 a.m.
I didn't really have anything bad on me. I feel like it's all pretty. I did I ran through the river, but that was just river water. Like wasn't anything crazy. I feel like I had a pretty clean experience actually.
Do you have Nick Hamilton spit on you?
I did not have the
That's worse.
spit on me. No, I wouldn't mind it, but no, I did not.
Remember he licked his hand and kept and Gene got really bad acne. He was like, hey.
But no, I actually had a pretty clean. Voice crack. I had a pretty clean experience with it, except for like all the blood. But that's all on my stomach too. And actually, that was like cherry tasting too. So like if it ever, because I had like my nosebleed, but it actually like was edible and tasted great. I don't know if you threw up that you had to do.
And oatmeal and ham, y'all.
But no, that's definitely a Jack question. I had a pretty clean experience.
Is there anything that you all, I won't use the words maybe stole, anything that you got that just showed up at your house after you filmed? Anything that you kept personally?
I think I got my inhaler, but
Did you get your hand?
I don't know where it is.
That's probably worth good money now. I kept my H prosthetic that he carved into my stomach.
Do you know where that is?
Yeah, it's get that. You're gonna sell it or something. So I have that, and then I have my missing poster, and then I have like a fisherman's vest because I really liked it, and they were like, but we're not gonna use it for Ben, so you can have it. But no, I was terrified to take anything, so I didn't.
I don't know where the cast is. I mean, the cast, if you know, that the losers club themselves, people. My cast that says lover on it. Did I ever get that? I don't know. Oh, I did get that? I got that somewhere. Now that's worse. It's worse that way. Because now it's my responsibility. I hate responsibility. One of my biggest fears.
It just showed up. It didn't, you didn't touch it. It just showed up. Any other questions? Back here? Okay. Come over this way first.
What are you doing up here? Welcome to Derek Series.
Okay, so besides it, of course, if you could be in any horror franchise in the future, which one would you pick and why?
I want to change that. I want to change a thing. I want to be it.
That's very difficult.
Horror franchise? Okay, well, like, if I. Whoa. I think, like, if I. Do you know?
Any franchise you want.
Gremlins?
Any genre, just, it doesn't matter.
Love Gremlins. Oh, any genre. Anything? Star Wars, Indiana Jones, please, please.
Indiana Jones would be so cool.
Oh my god.
If I had to start with horror, it would be Five Nights at Freddy's, I think. Because that's.
Yeah! We got Taskers up there!
But that's like, dude, I grew up with that and always loved that. That was like the only horror I ever dabbled in, and what ruined the horror genre for me, actually, because I was terrified of it. But yeah, dude, that would be so cool, just because. And I want to work with animatronics, so it would be really cool. But yeah, Star Wars.
And Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah, I love George Josh Hutcherson, really great.
Yeah, Gremlins for me, please. Gremlins for 50?
Back over here on this side.
Hey, so how do you feel that working on it as a film where it's more of a horror franchise, did it prepare you, or was it harder when you switched over to like the Shazam films, or to you with Goosebumps and things like that? Even though that's horror, it's more of a kid-friendly horror. Do you feel like it helped, or was it hard to kind of switch into a different film set like that?
I think it being like a comedy horror kind of was like a blanket for everything. So like, if it was just like a straight up horror and there was like no funniness aspect to it, I think it would have been difficult. But like, it was so diverse in the way that the whole story went about. Like, I feel like it definitely prepared us for everything, and I learned like everything I know from that project. You know what I mean? So I think that it made for a very smooth transition. Jack might have a different experience. I don't think that it would have set me up for a superhero, but I could be wrong.
The question was if I like smoothies or not? I love smoothies. And did horror films change my perspective? Did it direct? Okay.
So let's set you up right for the next film.
You know what? Yes. I found something really cool in the dichotomy between being funny and being scared. That I think it's kind of a shared thing. Like trying to convey, like what makes things funny. I don't really think that jokes are that funny. And what makes a really good scare is not like the scare itself; it's the anticipation of the scare, and like the situation, the circumstances. Because you can't just put a scare anywhere. It's not that scary. Like if Tsunami rolled in here, be like, oh, shocker, but not necessarily. I mean, that's scary as hell, but I think that like timing and everything. I've thought more about the dynamics of how to play things, especially in comedy and then into horror.
I think horror timing is very similar to like comedic timing.
Yeah.
It's not different.
Yes,
like
it is.
Producing a different emotion.
It's like almost like the polar opposite of the spectrum of like what you would show in the face. But also, I find one of my comedy philosophies is like one man's tragedy is another man's comedy. So like you watch a scene like apparently in it when I broke my arm and I'm freaking out and I don't want it to get shaped back. The people thought that was a funny scene, which is kind of sickening. Yeah. To think about. It's funny, but it's good. Yes, it's good. Is the answer. I don't know why I keep getting these long, insane pauses. I'm expecting a big punchline, expecting me to flip off the stage.
Did you guys like in the swimming scene? Did you guys actually jump off the cliff, or was that?
Did we jump off the cliff? Yeah, we totally jumped off the
You
cliff.
jumped off the cliff.
It's like a 150-foot drop. We did that. No, we did not. They claimed that they would have, and they wouldn't have. They lied. They just said that because they knew they weren't allowed to. to. They wouldn't have let them anyway. But I was the only one up there whenever they were jumping off. I was the only one that didn't have like a stunt double that day.
Really?
So yeah, I was up there with the 6 foot tall stunt doubles who jumped
Oh,
first.
so what did you do? You just didn't jump until later?
Yeah, I just like didn't jump and they just.
Did you jump in the movie?
No.
Ben doesn't jump in the
I
movie?
think they only showed one jump, don't they?
Did they only show one?
I think it's Bill. Or no, Sophia. Yeah.
Oh, they don't show us all jumping in?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe I think you're right. We just cut to us in the thing.
They show us all jumping? Apparently they show us all jumping. But I didn't watch the movie, so. Apparently I could have sworn they only showed Sophia jumping, but maybe I'm wrong.
I see that shot. Wait, I visualize that one.
Right.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, so they show her jumping and then I'm just standing there and they're like, is he gonna jump? But no, they said that they would jump.
We did swim that day and had a blast. That was probably my favorite day I've ever had in my childhood. I think that was a day where something crazy happened in my brain, where I first experienced like real awareness or gratitude for my life. I was in the thing with my brothers and my sister Sophia, and it was like, I don't know, that day, and then watching it, I get really emotional watching that scene, because it's like, it's so cool that the greatest day of my life was able to be caught on camera, and like, I'm there really present. Maybe I was wrong really about saying I don't know if I was present. That day I was super present, and I was like, God, I was like, wow, ultra clarity, so much gratitude. And then watching it, it's so cool that I got filmed. That's my favorite day I've ever maybe had ever. Better than the day I went to Legoland during.
Any other questions? Thank you.
I don't know if this will ever be asked, but what was your initial reaction to seeing Pennywise the first time?
Super excited, super stoked about it. Okay, I don't know if anybody's noticing, I'm getting like an ingestion thing right now. It's not you, it's me. Anyway, the question was to me and if I was excited to see the reaction of what Pennywise was doing.
What was the initial reaction?
Awesome. Like, I was like this. That's what my reaction was outside of my body. And inside my body, I was like,
No, it was terrifying. It was super great. I actually don't remember what my first scene was with him, to be honest with you.
that one.
Was it? Okay, so my first scene with him was whenever he did the claw thing, which, fun fact, the prosthetic for that actually took longer to take off my stomach than it did to take off Pennywise's whole gut. Let that sink in. Yeah. Yeah, I was in there, dude, like, the prosthetic like never reacted well to my skin, so like it took me like 3 hours to get just those like 4 marks off. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, no, it was super awesome, it was crazy, and I think we were just excited to see him too, but we also had to stay in the moment, so it was like, oh my gosh, this is what we've been waiting for the last 3 months, and now we also have to act. So yeah, it was great.
Anybody?
I guess the it stuff is all old news now.
Oh, right. I don't know him.
Do you get this reaction a lot? It's the first horror film that my little boy saw when he was only 7. I had to put up with him for 2 weeks. It was so horrifying. It horrified me. I thought it was going to be like the first It. Nothing. You guys did a great job.
Thank you. So much.
It's very strange because we get such different reactions from different kids. Like, I had like a 3-year-old come to me and like, oh, that's Ben. I'm like, you watched this? Like, I didn't even watch it. I was 13. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you obviously have the kids that watch it and have an awful reaction, like I would have. But yeah, no, I mean, people, it's flip-flop. There's like no in between. They're either terrified of it or they absolutely love it, which loving it at that age doesn't compute.
I guess it's like, I don't know, if it's the same as like liking Stand By Me when you're 10 or 7. I did that, I like Stand By Me, but I guess it is a scary movie. It is a scary movie.
It's supposed to be, at least.
What is?
It's supposed to be.
What was?
It.
Oh, that one. I'm gonna do that one more as I get older and I become less of, I'm like a dry well with jokes. I don't know jokes no more. Don't know how to speak them no more. So, the It movie is good.
Thank you, Jack. Next question.
Next question. You got one? Oh, you don't? Okay. Your dad pointed at you like it.
Well, it's really, really hard one.
During your being with younger years, can you explain to everybody about like the time on set? Like you mentioned about how long in the early mornings. Can you explain a little bit? Because I know everybody may not realize how it is on film sets to get those cuts in and how many days you spend working on it. Can y'all kind of go into detail on that?
Well, I think it took 4.5 months. Like it was.
It did?
Yeah. Like we went over a lot more than we were supposed to.
Oh yes, we had to go to the reshoots.
Yeah, well that too. That would have been more, but I think like the initial filming was like 4.5 months.
Yeah.
Confirmed, mothers?
Mothers? 4 or 3? 4?
So
Right. In that. Shout out mamas, by the way. Shout out mamas in the crowd. Woohoo! Love when this happens. This is a rarity, but it's a good thing when it is happening.
So yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of work, and we wake up. We had 3 in the morning days. My first day was at 3 in the morning, but it was like I was like the last one up, so they were shooting from like 3 p.m. to like 3 a.m. to my scene, and then obviously you don't think about some people do obviously, but you don't think about the shots that every single scene has. Like it's not just filming one scene until we get it right. It's like filming your coverage and filming my coverage. When you have 7 kids and a clown, that's a lot of coverage. So that's literally each individual. And sometimes we had 2 or 3 cameras, but most of the time it was just 1.
Yes. You know what the cool thing about that movie though was is that now I'm starting to realize I do think about that stuff now. Like, did we get my coverage, guys? Are we sure? We're not done. We're not done. Nobody's leaving this set until we get my coverage. And then I freak out and become a monster. But when I did it, I didn't think about that. You know, there was no ego. Like, it was just like, I don't care if I made this shot. I don't care. I just want to be like, at least to be funny if I'm off camera because I can make faces at my friend.
That was awful, by the way. Yeah, we make faces and we try to make everybody else laugh. We're doing our job here.
It's the most fun stuff.
But yeah, I mean, it takes forever, and we're working. I guess that's what was like 10-hour days when we were that young, but now it's like, I think my longest day was like 19 hours.
Huh? When you were 12?
No, now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be very.
I don't mind that stuff though.
No, I think it's great. I think that's.
But it also a lot of the job is waiting around all day and then hurrying up after waiting.
Yeah. Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. Everyone knows about that one. We talk about that sometimes.
But yeah, it's like wait while we set up this camera angle for 3 hours, and then let's film it in 10 minutes so that we can get to the next thing. And yeah, it's great.
Got a question here.
So I know, or at least I don't know, I've heard, but you guys kind of played like maybe minor or bigger pranks on each other, or stuff like that. Do you guys have a favorite one that you played on somebody else or got played on you?
I have a least favorite one.
Well, it's not.
And it was me. I'm the culprit. I did something really bad to my friend Jeremy. And I think about it sometimes, and I think about the wet gleam in his eye as he cried in my face.
It's all that matter. What prank is this?
When I cried, when you called me Johnny Orlando or something, and I.
Oh, dude, yeah. So we had, if you guys remember Music Week.
I'm so sorry I hurt your Jeremy.
I was like, did I call you Johnny? It wasn't Johnny Orlando.
You kept calling me someone like Mark Cuban or Johnny Orlando.
Definitely not Mark. It was some kind of like famous TikToker. The whole like this kind of thing. And I showed him the video, and he snapped my phone out of my hand, and it broke on the floor.
But also, that wasn't the first time I had done that, or the last.
And that was my first phone, by the way, because I wasn't allowed to have phones until I was 16, but my mom made a special exception because I was out in the world on my own. And he broke my phone. And then replaced it so kindly. But no, you guys pranked me. We had our like first mega fan, and we didn't really understand like how that worked. But they were posting pictures on Instagram that we never even seen in our lives. Like we didn't even post these photos when they're out somewhere. Like how did they get them? And you guys wrote a note and put it in my trailer, and it was like from I can't remember his name.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god.
But you guys wrote a note, and it was like, hey, like I'm sitting outside a set today because like I just want to see you guys so bad. And we were all like freaked out at this point because this guy's getting photos that we've never seen in our lives, like all this crazy stuff. And so I was like freaking out. I was like, God, it's like he just put a note in my trailer and like wants to like come on set. So I'm like, he's here. That's terrifying. And it was just them.
But they all did evil stuff to me. And I did evil stuff back. Like, okay, I also cracked Wyatt's phone too. So
did you crack Wyatt's phone?
Because he did a thing when I kept thinking about a rap kit. I have to get a rap kit for Andy, and I'm the only one that doesn't. And we made all these short films, and I told him that I will show them to Andy, the director. And I was like, can we edit, guys, please, can we edit? And Wyatt, when are we gonna edit this? And Wyatt and Jamie and Finn were like, it accidentally it got corrupted and the file's gone completely. All of the short films are gone. And I was like, oh my God, so I got really, really melancholy and really sad. And then they came up to me and they're like, Taylor, check your prank show with their phone. And I was like, it's not even funny. And then I
Oh, I do remember that.
I was like, always my reaction, just whacking phones, popping phones out of people's hands.
Jack's the phone breaker, basically.
I called me in prison too.
Got a last question here.
What was your best day on set and your worst day on set?
Good question.
Of it? Worst day? Oh, there was a day that I cried a lot. For real, the day when Wyatt did the thing where he got really into character.
Oh, the when we like rescued him from the what's her name?
Judas.
Judith,
And from
the
her
painting girl.
Painting girl.
We like saved him
He got
from her
so
sucking in his
into
face, and that was weird. That was like the first time I've been like stuck in character. We were like crying like
all
all
got, it was
together.
so interesting. We became like that. We all drank the something Kool-Aid, and emotional Kool-Aid, and we were all. I couldn't stop crying.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't think it was a bad day. Like I feel like it was, and that was great. Like I feel like that came out really, really great. So I don't think it was a problem. We had a day where we had the fake, so we had to like climb down the rope into the little sewer thing. This was actually to rescue Wyatt. But this sewer thing was like insanely sharp. And so it was like all like molded plastic, and it was like we had to like lay down in there and fit 7 kids in this actually tiny hole.
Actually, I think it was 5 of us at that time.
Oh, sure.
Chosen was there and Sophia was not there.
True, because this is our first time, yeah. And so yeah, we that was really rough, because we were in there all day. And it was like easier to just leave us in there whenever they were setting up the next camera. Then they'd have to get us out and get us back in and all that stuff. And we also had to climb down the rope, and I was the last one, so I think I had to redo that a bunch of times, because I was like on the front end of the scene. So back at the top was me going on the rope and like going on the thing. Favorite day though is probably like the final fight scene for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the last day?
I don't think it was last.
Yeah.
It was close to, yeah.
Shut the way.
But yeah, that was awesome. Like choreography, fight stuff, that's all my favorite. So yeah.
Yeah, that was super freaking fun. You know who was a cool guy who I don't think about often? I will say Mikkel, the BTS guy. Remember him? The guy.
Oh yeah, dude.
Mikkel, who gave us a camera. Oh, I hope he lost that SD card because we filmed a lot of weird stuff on that camera. Anyway, we that was stuff was super fun. And the day, but I think I think back at that time in my life, and I can't think of a bad thing. I mean, everything. Maybe some things were unpleasant or uncomfortable, but I like to think that everything happens for us, not to us. That's my whole thing. But I don't know. Maybe the last day was the hardest day.
Yeah.
Because I was so sad about it being over.
That's a much better answer than mine.
What did you say?
Yeah, I was just stuck in the
Yeah, I was stuck in the tube. Everything was hard.
I think the hard thing was saying goodbye to my friend.
Yeah, it just sucked because I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. Yeah.
But no, we definitely didn't have like bad days.
I don't
It was
think-
just like harder working days. But we enjoyed
If
it.
there were, then I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Y'all give Jeremy and Jack a round of applause. Make sure